Bridges are essential in life. An old man going a lone highway came at evening cold and gray into a chasm, vast and wide and steep, with waters rolling cold and deep. The old man crosses in twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fears for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim near, "you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at eventide?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followeth after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. The chasm that was not to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." Thank all of you for permitting me to be a part of this program. The poem was written by Will Allen Dromgoole, and he entitled it "Building a Bridge." In the armed forces, building relationships are essential to success, not only in reality, but between those who are charged with winning wars. There is very little we can accomplish alone. I live alone. Some have said, "You are independent." No, I must depend on others to provide what I can't. Lights, water, heat, law enforcement, firefighters, medical. Others make it possible for us to have a life. Please use your imagination and visualize America without an armed forces, or this city without law enforcement. Now, you may not have a relative in either, but those individuals serving in these services are essential to our existence. When there are sacrifices in any of these services, grief is an after effect. When it is in war or a foreign land, we as a people are not so affected. Yet, in the history of America, millions have given their lives for a cause greater than themselves. When Pearl Harbor was attacked, America was not ready for war. Some of our military were training with broom handles as rifles. The war brought the nation together. That was essential if America was going to survive. When I entered the Marines, I did so to protect my country and my freedom, never dreaming I would be in combat and have to take the lives of others. When the unit I was in arrived on the beach at Iwo Jima, we were assigned to take the first airfield. It was protected by a number of concrete pillboxes, bunkers. By the third day, the 6 Marines, flamethrower and demolition operators in my unit had been killed or wounded. I was the only one left. My commander asked if I could use the flamethrower on some of the pillboxes so we could move forward. In 4 hours, I was able to clear 7 pillboxes using 6 flamethrowers. And that permitted the company to advance. I am privileged to wear this medal because others, 2 Marines, sacrificed their lives that day protecting mine. I wear it in their honor. Had PFC Charles Fisher and Corporal Warren Bornholz not made that sacrifice, it is possible I could not have survived. Every island captured in the Pacific until Iwo Jima belonged to another country. Iwo Jima was enemy-owned. Most of us could not understand the need for taking a small island only 2.5 miles wide and 4.5 miles long, because all others were much larger, and we could not understand why it would require so many Marines to do it. We found out that the enemy had many miles of tunnel carved out of the volcano, many feet underground, and they had built some 800 concrete pillboxes for protection. And the only way to eliminate the enemy in them was by getting an explosive or flame in the structure. Why was the island so important? So our B-29 bombers, flown by 11 highly skilled Americans, going to and from Japan, could have a place to land and not have to ditch at sea and be lost. 2,200 times planes landed there, and it is estimated that 24,000 lives were saved before the war ended. The fact that I survived to get home gave me a greater appreciation for life. Losing the best friend I ever had on March 6, 1945, plus the horrors of war, caused great anguish. The flag raising on Mount Suribachi and the capture of enemy territory is what made Iwo Jima the icon of the Pacific War. That battle required the sacrifices of 6,891 Americans, 18,000 wounded, and 22,000 of the enemy killed. Only 216 of the enemy were taken as prisoners of war because they believed that it was an honor to die in combat. Our belief was different. Preservation of life was the most important belief, even in war. Many of our loved ones placed their body on an explosive or performed an act, not for themselves, but for others, sacrificing their lives. Every relative of those Americans who made that sacrifice became a Gold Star family. The country, nor we as a people, recognized or honored them for their sacrifice. My service with the Veterans Administration and the great privilege of serving those who suffered the ravages of war and the loved ones who lost one of their own in the armed forces was great therapy. Beginning in 2013 in West Virginia families were the first in the United States of America honored and the first Gold Star Family Memorial in the country to be erected. It was dedicated to pay tribute and honor to the families of over 11,000 West Virginians who gave their lives for us and all of America. A West Virginia mother and father lost 2 of their sons as a result of the current war. Their family is honored on the memorial erected in Dunbar, West Virginia, the first in the nation. Currently, 60 memorials in 46 states honor those families who gave one of their own for us. For the first time in history, these loved ones are coming together and building a relationship between families. At first, they didn't know they were a Gold Star family, and they did not know each other. Many times as mothers and fathers and relatives view these memorials for the first time, they say, "Now I know my loved one will not be forgotten." Let us never forget them. We are free because of others who sacrificed. Thank you.